put 100 black ants and 100 red ants in a jar, and they're cool at first. Nothing happens. But shake that jar up and they start tearing each other apart. Red ants think black ants are the enemy, and black ants think the same about red. But the truth? The real enemy is the one who shook the jar in the first place. That's how it is in our society, too. You see, we get caught up in beefing with each other, fighting battles that ain't even ours to fight. We let outside forces pit us against one another, blind to the fact that the real problem is the one pulling the strings. Before you start pointing fingers, before you go to war with your own, you gotta step back and ask yourself, who shook the jar? Who's really behind the chaos? Because if you don't see the bigger picture, you'll end up fighting the wrong fight, wasting energy on the wrong people. And that's exactly what they want. Keep us distracted, keep us divided, so we don't notice who's really pulling the strings. Don't fall for it. Stay sharp, stay woke, and always look deeper. The real enemy ain't always who's standing in front of you. Sometimes it's the one you don't see coming.
There's 190 million Americans. Imagine if, now out of that, all of them don't have jobs, right? Let's just say 90 million working Americans that are actually on the streets, free to move around. Let's just say out of the 90 million, 40 million say, you know what, we're not going to pay the mortgage payments and the taxes anymore. Matter of fact, we've been collaborating, and we've saved up for a month or two. We don't need any gas or food for a month or two, so we're not even going to go shopping. We're not going to get on public transportation. We're not going to use our cars. We're done. We're going to take 2 months off. You know that thing you did to us with the global pandemic when you shut everything off? Well, we're going to shut everything off now. Except we won't turn it back on until you negotiate a better deal with us, because you work for us. We don't work for you. You are our servants. That's what the government is. You're servants, but you got it where they're telling you everything you can and can't do, and you're afraid of them. What if we turned off the planet collectively and said, you know what, we're done. Talk to us when you send a representative that we approve of, and we'll start the negotiation process on how we might turn things back on when we're ready under the right conditions suitable for us. And watch them start shaking in their pants. Watch these elites start panicking when the cash flow stops moving. I guarantee you 1 month of no revenue moving through this country and everybody going to request their money out of the banks will shut down everything. And then you say, you want us to turn back on? Are you going to erase all the debt, mortgage payments down to zero? But that takes courage, that takes unity, that takes collaboration, and that takes planning.
The difference between struggling people and successful people is successful people take life's bumps and they turn them into gold. The struggling people look at the bumps and they keep tripping over the same bump over and over again for a really, really long time. Most of your bad experiences can be turned into wonderful learning opportunities, and if you spin it the correct way, you can take straw or hay and turn it into gold.
I think what you said also about failure, you're looking at now the business 7 years in and you're saying, wow, she's killing it. And I think what we don't realize is just there was so much failure at the beginning. Having to give clients money back because I was messing up on projects, or not taking money up front, and then you learn obviously you need a really large percentage up front. That's why I do so much public speaking, because I'm here to say you're looking at this success story and you don't realize how much failure there was. I'm here to save you from making the same mistakes, but also be aware that you will make your own mistakes. It's okay. That's got to be like how you do life. Mistakes don't just happen to you. So if they do, you've got to make the most of it and be like, what can I learn from this? So if I need to go through a few failures to get there, I'm down.